Looking to improve your squad on Ultimate Team? Visit IGGM.com for safe and reliable coins with the link in the description. Use my promo code NA to get 5% off. What's up, y'all? For today's video, we're going to be going over the 4-2-1-3, and the 4-2-1-3 obviously is one of the best formations in the game, which is pretty surprising because it was pretty bad last year as far as I remember. At least I wasn't a big fan of it personally. But this year it's been a really good formation. Having two CDMs is going to be really useful, especially with this new gameplay, because the amount of counterattacks that you see nowadays is just crazy. Every single game is like 10-0, or sorry, no, 10-9, 9-8, all these crazy score lines of up to like 20 goals a game. It's been crazy lately. It's fun for sure, but you're going to definitely need a formation that provides you the ability to still attack really efficiently while still having plenty of cover defensively. And I think the 4-2-1-3 is probably the best formation in the game for doing just that. And that's exactly what we're going to be going over. And there's going to be a couple things that we've done with this 4-2-1-3 compared to my previous 4-2-1-3s to help balance that out. So yeah, we'll be going over those things in a moment. But just to preface, if you guys are unfamiliar, if you guys want to stay up to date with custom tactic creation, as in, maybe the process, or maybe just checking out other people's custom tactics that are posted by other people that understand the tactics in FC25, you can join our Discord with the link in the description or in the comments, because in there you'll see a tactic showcase channel where anyone can post their custom tactics, and usually people are posting every single day, so obviously that's quicker than my videos, so you'll be able to see custom tactics every single day there. Or if you just want to post your own, you can do that, of course. You can also do other things in there, like posting your pack pulls, showing your evolution branches, or just talking about FIFA in general. It's all completely up to you. And yes, this Discord is completely free. People keep asking me if it costs money or not. No, it doesn't cost money at all. It's completely free. There's no catch to it at all. It's just an open Discord. But with that being said, really quickly, we're just going to go over the team that you might need or you might want. And obviously, in terms of defense, please do everything you absolutely can to get the fastest players across the back four. Pace in the back line is so important post-patch. It was always important to begin with. However, with this patch, even 85 doesn't feel good enough. So obviously I have Dallo right here at 90, Betty Shield, 86 pace. That's the Team of the Year Evo. If you've not started it yet, you might want to start it soon. Or if you just want to wait for a good combination, that's up to you, of course. Konate is good, 84 pace. He does get outpaced at times, but let's be honest. It's going to be hard to find a center back that's quicker at this stage of the game without spending a ton of coins. And Pedro Porro, 90 pace. And then your two CDMs on top. Guys, at this point in the game, I wouldn't even worry about. Normally, I'm the type of person to really make sure that both my midfielders, or all three of my midfielders across the board, have well-rounded stats. However, at this stage of the game with this patch, just get them to have good defense. Anything else is bonus points, but you need good defenders here. So obviously Lampard, he could be a better defender. I'm going to be honest, guys. 85 defense, not many defending playstyles. He can be better. Same with Petri. No defending playstyles, like 87 defending. It can be better in these areas, and I can feel it in game sometimes where I don't have that quick recovery in midfield. But like I said, I can't really do much without spending a ton of coins. So I'm hoping for a good Evo here. I might work on Vieira, we'll see. But if you guys have that, dominant CDM with really good defensive stats, slap them right here. You'll notice they'll do a really good job in game. And then your cam, the most important thing to mention is, one, you're going to need or want someone with incisive pass. If you can get plus, that's even better. But the reason why I say this is because this post-patch gameplay is all about through balls. You're going to need incisive pass here for sure. You're also going to need it at your CDM positions, but for cam, you're going to want it here as well. And also the fact that this is going to be a shadow striker role, and that means that they're going to be helping the attack. They're going to be scoring a lot of goals themselves. If you can get someone with good pace here, rapid and quick step, or rapid plus quick step plus, if you can even get that on your cam to begin with pace, then you should be good, because they're going to be making a lot of runs behind. Then your three strikers up front, I have Madueke, Ronaldo, R9 and Vinny. Self-explanatory here, but you have basically the fastest possible players in the game with their chem styles. All of them have a running playstyle plus, so Vinny and Madueke have rapid plus, Ronaldo has quick step plus. You're going to be feeding them a lot of through balls that they're going to be making and beating the defenders with, so you're going to notice that a lot in game. And then of course on the bench I have that new De Bruyne. I'll probably showcase him in a future video later because I can't really fit him in, but this card is really good, to be honest. And as you can see, these are the custom texts right here with the code right there. And the first thing you might notice is we're still on deep build-up style. Sorry, what the fuck? We're still on build-up style balanced and defensive approach. We went back to high, but specifically 61, and that's primarily because I've noticed that there's no there's no meta in terms of defensive approach. I'm sorry, like I went to balanced and it helps in terms of it helps in defense at times, but the amount of space that the other team gets when they get the ball, the amount of like space your defense leaves for the other team is just so annoying. And obviously, if you go back to 61, then you have the issue where you can get through ball. In my opinion, there's no meta here. There's no objective strong one, because I know pre-patch I would have argued 61 or at least high defensive approach to begin with was always a meta. There's no meta here anymore, to be honest. And I went back to 61 primarily because I found it to be familiar with myself. So I'd rather be in a situation where I'm defending against through balls rather than, inviting pressure, letting the other team get into my box. Because in my opinion, that's how I defend the best. So it's up to you guys. If you guys want to defend in situations where you're fighting through balls and trying to track runs yourself, then use 61. Or if you like defending inside of your own box, inviting them into your own box or trying to win the ball back with your center backs, then you can just drop this down to 50. But me personally, 61. I went back. I'm not switching back anytime soon, to be honest. I don't think so, at least. And as for player roles, now you might have noticed with my last video, I think it was a 4-4-1-1, we had the two wingers on inside forward attack, but this time we have them on inside forward balance, and it's for the same reason. Reason being, a left wing or a winger and a midfielder, a wide midfielder, are very different in game, and you might not notice it right off the bat when you're playing, but the main difference is that with a midfielder, their main priority is to almost be next to the center midfielders at all times, which can be a little bit annoying because it can minimize their goal threat. So I realized that with the post-patch gameplay, we would have the left mid and the right mid on inside forward attack, and they would make a lot of runs while still being an option in build-up. However, with left wing and right wing, these guys are already going to be pretty high up to begin with, so having them on attack is just going to completely remove them in terms of build-up. They're not going to come short for the ball, they're not going to help you in build-up, they're just going to be making runs over and over again. And obviously, if you can make that work, it's still usable by all means. However, when you have two CDMs that aren't pushing up as high because we need them to cover for defense, then you're going to need these guys to be on balance to check in and help the cam receive the ball, or receive the ball from the cam as well. And since they're wingers to begin with, they're still going to be making runs in behind, as you can see with the map right there. It's just a matter of context, Now, when you get to the other team's box, they're going to be next to striker regardless, so inside forward bounce is going to be completely fine there. That brings us down to, obviously you have advanced forward attack, but that's self-explanatory, but that brings us down to the cam, the shadow striker, and this is the same logic with the 4-4-1-1. As you can see on their zone map, they drift to the left or to the right whenever it's time to make their runs. So sometimes you might pass to your winger right here, and then as they're trying to shield the ball away from, being dispossessed by the other team's fullback, you might, drop down a couple meters, boom, that takes the fullback with them. Your cam's going to be making a run in behind. So keep an eye out for that. That's the one reason why I like that over playmaker, because in that situation, the playmaker does not open himself up. He's going to stick in that pocket, in that midfield, which can be helpful because the playmaker can receive the ball in another situation from the CDMs, and then these players can make a run in behind. However, that's not what we want, because we want these players to be a passing option in build-up. This player drops short, takes a fullback with him. This player makes a run in behind alongside the striker. And then once this player makes that run in behind, he can send a through ball across the striker, or he can just score on his own depending on the situation. But that's that. You can have your two CDMs holding defend. Previously in my older 4-2-1-3, I achieved success with it primarily because we had one CDM on holding and then the other CDM as a ball player or a ball progressor. And what I meant by that is they would have deep line playmaker build up, which was the new instruction, and it would look like this. Obviously, we'd have this guy on roaming, so he would cover the space a little bit more wider. But deep line playmaker build up, we don't need anymore because the game is so much more quicker. The thing of deep line playmaker build up was it was supposed to help, break down defenses because the defense in the pre-patch was really, really strong. The AI was really strong. It was hard to break down defensive with only 4 attackers. So we added this 5th attacker to try and outnumber the other team's defense, and it worked. However, when every single attack nowadays is completely counterattack based, there's no point in having an extra attacking midfielder. So holding defend on 2 midfielders, because all we need these guys to do is cover the defense, because as soon as you lose the ball, within seconds your other team is going to be making runs in behind. So that gives us 6 defenders in the back. And obviously, as you can see right here, in case you guys didn't notice, we have the fullbacks on defend this time. And the minor issue with that, which kind of sucks, is the fact that you kind of miss the passing option that you normally get on fullback balance. Because as you can see on fullback balance, they do actually go up a little bit, but good enough to the point where you don't have to necessarily worry about counterattacks. However, at times you're still gonna have to worry about counterattacks because even if these guys go up a single inch, the other team's wingers are just gonna be taken over as soon as you lose the ball. It's a matter of risk assessment, to be honest. And like I said, if every single goal nowadays is counterattack, you might as well supplement that by having as many defenders as you can in the back. As soon as you get the ball, you just go up the pitch, and you don't need a ton of players for that. It's kind of annoying because I did like fullback bounce. However, there were so many situations where I would step up even like the tiniest bit with the fullback, or they would step up automatically because there was space for them to. And then you lose the ball, and then within milliseconds, the other team's winger is behind this guy. It's so annoying. I know they're going to fix it at this rate because I don't see how you can get any attacking fullback or anything like that, or an attacking wingback or anything like that, if as soon as you give them an inch, the other team's through. I think they'll fix it, but for the time being, I recommend fullback balance. And obviously your two center backs, defender defend, that's self-explanatory, and your goalkeeper is on goalkeeper defend. Now what makes this 4-2-1-3 really, really good, especially post-patch, is like I said, those two CDMs. And those two CDMs are going to offer you a lot of defensive cover. And honestly, with how the game is right now, I think quite literally any formation is going to have a good attack because everything's about counterattacking right now. So you can't really go wrong in terms of attacking formations in the game. However, it's just a matter of striking that balance in order to get a good defense, because really the players that are going to win more matches nowadays with this post patch are going to be the players that can defend better and, you know, prevent the goals from going in. You can score 10 goals, you'll find someone that can score 11 on you, which is honestly really funny. But the only way we can fight back is to have good defense. And with 2 CDMs and 4 defenders in the back line, you're going to be playing like Arsenal like Arsenal do at this point with Mikel Arteta's football. But you know, if it works, it works, and it will work obviously with the better defensive stability. And this also means other formations like the 4-2-3-1, both of the 4-2-3-1s, the 4-2-2-2, anything with 2 CDMs in it, to be honest, they were definitely going to be pretty effective, because like I said, you want to basically pride your formations on prioritizing their defensive stability over their offensive contribution. Because like I said, with how everything's counterattacking based nowadays, as long as you can get CDMs in there, then you're giving yourself the best possible outcome in terms of defense. But yeah, other than that, guys, if you have any formations that you want me to try, or any questions or even concerns or anything like that, you can go ahead and let me know down in the comments below. Join our Discord with the link in the description, and if you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and do that today. But for anything else, or anything other than that, to be honest, that's all.